When I was a very small girl, one of my first memories of life is my grandpa telling me stories about Italy and the mountains and how people would farm all the way up to the sky. All of my life, all I've ever wanted was to live in Italy.
I had a dream of, maybe one day going to Rome and having a bowl of pasta.
So 3 years ago, my husband and I came to look at a piece of land that had two kind of stables.
I was not impressed. It was basically a pile of rubble.
It was filled with carcasses and pine needles and debris and dirt. But the land itself was so beautiful and covered with olive trees and a vineyard. Sometimes I fall in love at first sight, and that's what happened here.
This house is a UNESCO heritage site, like a historic house back in the US. You are not allowed to move a window. You're not allowed to move not an item on the outside of the house. You're allowed to go down, you're allowed to go out underneath the ground, but you're not allowed to add to this house. The tiles are local, the masonry is local, the stone is local, so it feels very indigenous to the area it's from.
This is what I made into the main building, but it has no view. So I asked my friend Adrian Christos, the fabulous artist, to create Tuscany for me in my living room, and she made this mural on the mura. Mura is Italian for the wall itself. Bella and Isibu and Enzo, the tree I planted on the day we were married, and at the top of Enzo is what we did the night we were married. After dinner, we dance in our robes. And it's filled with faces and people and animals and agriculture. It's beautiful, it's like life itself. The kitchen was the biggest pain in the pardon my French, or Italian. I didn't get a pantry. So we had to get creative and do things like this to create a pantry where there wasn't one. And my friend got me this in town at a little antique shop, so I have the smallest pots in the world. So in the dining room, what I love the most are the chandeliers. These were all just beautiful blown glass in different colors. And Massimo turned them into the most extraordinary lamps. That's Bella, and that's her apartment. For not entertaining people or bringing people here, I wanted to make a cozy little place where just the three of us could stay. Just a little dining room table, a tiny baby kitchen, a baby living room, and a very big bed for a very large baby. I always think of the dog first. So the first thing I designed for the kitchen was the dog bed. The salon is really a room you play games in and watch games in. If you want to play some cards, paint a picture, read a book. It's the room to be yourself in. And this is what we're making for dinner tonight.
There's this Italian brand called Fazioli that makes pianos, grand pianos. If I'm gonna live in Italy, I gotta have that. And I got that in my music room.
To be able to say, this is my land. I live here. It's overwhelming, it really is. We will keep you guys posted and show you more in the days to come. You can check on the progress, though, and see way more of how this all happened, starting on October 19th on Facebook Watch and streaming on the A&E Facebook page. It's very exciting, and we really hope you join us.